Willie D Live.
What's up, family? White men are better advocate and social media influencer Ashlee Jenae allegedly asked ChatGPT before her death, how much Valium would kill me? Yeah, fam. If you don't remember, let me bring you up to speed. Ashlee Jenae was an anti-Black woman who was living the soft life with her white boyfriend who became her fiancé after he proposed to her on a safari trip in Zanzibar. Now, Ashlee was talking really bad about Black men all over social media. You can go to her social media handles and you'll see where she talked bad about Black men and said we ain't nothing and all this type of stuff. And there was Black women, even some Black women was even in her comment section co-signing. Yeah, I need to get me one. Do we have a brother? And all of this stuff, right? She said she felt so safe and she felt so protected. And next thing you know, she's found hanging in her hotel room while just a few days after she was proposed to by the man of her dreams who was supposed to protect her from the boogeyman. Yeah, fam. Yeah. So that's how that went, right? I want to show y'all something. And you may have seen this before, but I just need to bring this back to your attention. Let's put this back to the front. See, you see how he's looking at her? See, when I look at that, and most men look at that, we see somebody who has bad intentions. He looks like, I will kill you. But check out what some of the comments say, one person said, I love how he looks at you. See, some women, they just be so desperate, for some type of attention or some type of symbol of love. You get a guy like that who buying your stuff, taking you on exotic trips, you're living the so-called soft life. You're drinking champagne on a private plane. And that's pretty much all he got to do. You don't even vet him because you're so caught up in the rapture. And so the average woman see that and they're like, I want that, but they don't think about what comes with that. Let me tell you what comes with that according to a conversation that I had with Ashlee Jenae's friend, a friend of hers. And I will not say her name, out of respect for her and the relationship that she had with her. Now, let me take her off the screen because this is important, fam. So I talked to a friend of hers who told me that they had problems before, that he was abusive. She told me that he was abusive. In fact, she told me that her and Ashlee Jenae started dating white dudes around the same time. She's a Black woman. She said they started dating white dudes around the same time. But she said she went back because she realized that these dudes are crazy, This is what she said. These are not my words. This is what she said. And she said Ashlee was depressed because dude was putting hands on her. He would. And remember when I first found out about this and I reported on this and I said that this ain't the first time he put hands on her. This ain't the first argument. This ain't the first blowout. Because men don't typically go from 0 to 1,000. They typically don't go from not putting hands on you at all to killing you. it's usually an escalation. It's usually the look, then the threats, then the hitting, then the hitting, then the hitting, and then killing. In that order, usually. So the authorities in Tanzania have ruled Ashlee's death a suicide. They ruled it a suicide on yesterday. They said that she died by suicide. She hung herself with a bathrobe belt. That's what she hung herself with. She hung herself with a bathrobe belt from a wardrobe inside of her villa. They also said that text messages sent previously to family members and friends indicate that she was depressed. Personally, I don't believe them. Personally, I don't believe it. I think it's all a setup. I think the Tanzania authorities was paid off. I think they were paid off. This is easy. Like when you are in the position of authority, when you have control of the police department, the courts, and all that, so you can easily control the narrative. So you can make the medical examiner say something different. You can make the doctors say something different. You can make nurses go silent. You can make hotel staff disappear. You can do a lot of things when you have that type of power. I think dude took her to that particular country because he knew somebody there and he knew that he could get away with murder. The fact that they held him up was just, I think, to cover their tracks. Because initially they took his passport and, they had him there for like several days. And then they eventually gave him his passport back and they let him go. The fact that they took the passport made it seem like, okay, they're doing something about it, right? The family said they were suspicious all along that this dude, Joe McCann, this guy right here, called them 11 hours after the incident and said that she was okay. Now, we don't know if she was already dead or not, but he said she was okay. Now, he didn't say that she had hung herself. He just said she had something to the effect that she had been injured, but she's okay. She's at the hospital, but she's okay. It was very vague. And then after her death, they say Joe went missing in action. He went quiet. No communications from him at all. Remember, now this also, I think, was what prompted the family to not invite him to the funeral. He wrote a statement, this glaring statement about Ashlee's personality, how she was so loved and she loved her Trinidadian roots and she was a great cook and she lit up the room and all of these type of things. But the one thing that he did not mention was the fact that he had nothing to do with it. He never mentioned, I didn't have anything to do with her death. He never mentioned, he never mentioned any type of details from somebody. If you're going to be that personal, if you're going to tell a story, tell the whole story. That's the way I see it. I don't say anything at all. And if you ain't going to say anything at all, that's going to really be suspicious anyway. But if you're going to tell the story, tell the whole story, brother. Tell the whole story, And I don't think he told the whole story. In fact, I know he did not tell the whole story. I didn't have to be there. I understand human behavior. I am very good at reading human beings. And I am very good at understanding narrative, understanding patterns. And this is just totally inconsistent with an innocent man. His behavior is totally inconsistent with an innocent man. Did Ashlee Jenae deserve to be killed? I would say not. I think not. Should she get empathy? I guess from some people, but not for me. She has no empathy for me because she didn't like me. She hated me. She hated men who looked like me. That's what she said. This ain't what I'm saying. I'm not assuming this. She said it on her social media many times, and she also made fun of us. She poked fun of us, saying that, basically that we was nothing. And that white man is the God, the king, and that's what she wanted, her white king. And she got a white king. She got a white king and everything that came with that particular white king. Let me reiterate, I do not subscribe to telling people who to date. I do not subscribe to disparaging people who date outside of their race. I subscribe to the idea that dating is difficult. It is a very difficult thing to do. It's one of the hardest things that you will do in life, finding someone that you are compatible with, somebody that gets you, right? It's really about somebody who gets you, right? Who understands you, who you have an understanding with, who you can communicate with well, who you like being around. And I say like being around, not love being around, because love comes and goes. And if you fall out of love, then you might fall out of the relationship. But like, in my opinion, lasts longer than love, right? Because if you like somebody, you like being around. Think about the people who you like being around. You can't get enough of them. You got friends and stuff like that. You can't get enough of being around them, right? And it's natural. It's no tug of war. It's no questioning the relationship and all that. It's just a natural thing, right? And that's the type of person you should be with. You should be with somebody like that. So if you can find somebody like that in this world, no matter what complexion they are, if you can find somebody like that in this world, then I say more power to you. But finding somebody that is opposite of your race, somebody outside of your race, and you disparage the opposite gender of your race because you think that their ice is colder, then, there's something wrong with you, right? It's got to be something wrong with you. I think that this is the life that she showed us. This is the life that she bragged about. This is the life she bragged about. And once she went on that course, she got set on that course, she had to keep it going. She had to keep it going because, people wanted to see more of it and they wanted to believe it, right? And she couldn't let the dream die. So she stayed in the relationship longer than she should have, like most women do in abusive relationships. And it cost her life. That's all I got for you, fam. The authorities in Tanzania says that Ashlee Jenae killed herself. They say suicide. But what say you, fam? Drop a comment. I'd love to hear your thoughts. No more talk.